Galaxy 666 by Pel Toro. Session 10.
Suddenly both men began to laugh. "There's only one solution," said Ishklaw suddenly. His laughter was not humorous laughter. It was wild, almost hysterical laughter. "We want some more data."
"We want some more data," agreed Korzak.
"Look, over the last century and a half, men have been trying to do something with Galaxy 666. Ships have disappeared, men have disappeared."
"Agreed,"
said Korzak. "Now," said Ishklaw, "as though the loss of ships and men weren't enough, it seems as though we have lost the precious infallibility which we believed lay within this computer. A computer cannot be said to be infallible if it is faced with a problem it cannot solve."
"Yes, but that's not the fault of the computer,"
said Korzak. "Well, whose fault is it then?" demanded Ishklaw. "Yours? Mine? The designer's?" Korzak shook his head.
"No,"
he answered. "Listen," said Ishklaw, "nothing can function without data. You and I could solve a problem, but if I said to you, multiply 2 by, and let the sentence unfinished, you couldn't possibly provide a solution."
"I could provide a solution in certain terms," said his colleague.
"Such as?" demanded his friend.
"If I said, let x equal the unknown quantity by which I am to multiply 2, then the solution to the problem is 2x.
"Yes, but all you've done is translate the problem into terms of algebra. You haven't solved the problem."
"I have. 2 times x is 2x.
"You may have solved it to your satisfaction, but you haven't solved it to mine. Assume that I've got to know how much money a certain thing is going to cost me. If I know that one of these things costs 2 interstellar credits, and I've got to buy an unknown quantity of the things, you can't answer the problem for me, not even if you were the greatest computer in the universe."
"I could tell you that it will cost 2x interstellar credits," answered the other problem expert stubbornly.
"Yes, but that doesn't solve the problem. I can't go along to an interstellar bank and make out a check for 2x credits."
"You could with unlimited credit, like some of the galactic corporations."
"But I'm not a galactic corporation. I'm a problem expert. I'm supposed to be a problem expert. At the moment I feel like a lost, frightened little boy. I don't feel like an expert in or at anything."
"I know how you feel," said Ishklaw.
"I almost feel exactly the same. I wish to God I was back at Neophyte Star School. I wish there was some friendly, kindly, doddering old professor I could go waddling up to and say, 'Now, sir, I am at a loss to answer this problem in the examination paper. Could you please advise me?' He would refer me to some textbook or other. He would tell me which reels I needed to read in the microfilm library. He would tell me something or other that was of use, interest, and value. But here there is no kindly professor to turn to."
"We could always ring records in reference to the Neophyte Star School."
"Who the devil wants to ring records in reference to the Neophyte Star School? You know what it would cost to use the audio-video for those distances? The message would have to be packaged and blasted through across the warp. By the time we got an answer back, there'd be half a year's salary gone."
"Charge it up to expenses. We've got unlimited facilities."
"How many times do you think we're going to be able to blast messages up and down through the warp before the account section starts going crackers? They aren't paying us the kind of salary they're paying us because they expect us to be able to solve the problem without running home to dad every time something goes wrong."
"You're right, of course," said Ishklaw slowly.
"But," again he paused, "you talk about more data," he said. "What kind of data does the computer like best?"
"Data that comes in via its own perceptive organs."
"Yes, that's what I thought."
"I don't see the connection."
"Listen," said Ishklaw, "assume we took the computer to Galaxy 666.
"My God, man, you can't shift the computer."
"Let's assume that we took a portable data receiver," pursued Korzak.
"We could prepackage information back through the warp to the computer itself."
"Agreed," said Ishklaw.
"Then the computer would have to sort out the data for itself in its own authenticity filters."
"What would happen if the computer came up with 2 grade A authenticity ratings for 2 completely opposite pieces of information, which is only an extension of the problem we have now?"
"Now there,"
said Ishklaw, "is the crux of the whole problem.
If we can find we are up against this kind of problem, then we are up against a problem that our kind of science won't be able to crack. We're up against something, or rather, somewhere, where our information, our data, our basic laws of the behavior of matter and energy no longer hold good. We'll find that Galaxy 666 is the kind of place that would make an Einstein look like a kindergarten infant and Newton like a babe in arms.
So, the other man shrugged.
Who's going to carry the data receptor over there?
I want to take a look at Galaxy 666 for myself, said Ishklaw.
I'd like to see it too, agreed Korzak. Do you think they'll buy it?
They'll damn well have to buy it. We're in charge of this section. You don't employ a man as a problem expert, put him on a problem, then tell him he can't do what he wants to do in order to solve it. This is a perfectly rational and reasonable request.
I think I'd like to draw some salary in advance and have a week's leave before we go, said Korzak.
Oh, you're not too happy about the chances of coming back then, said Ishklaw.
Well, put it this way. If I was an insurance agent, I wouldn't be too happy about issuing a policy on it.
You have a point there, agreed his companion.
Here ends Session 10.